This video is brought to you by Miniature Market. Thousands of board games, miniatures, and paints, discount prices at miniaturemarket.com. Now, everybody knows that I'm a big dungeon crawler fan. I mean, like, heavy-duty dungeon crawler fan. And I've been planning to do a lot of different things and so forth and so on, and I'm pretty excited about some stuff. But I've also played a lot of stuff, you know, through the last couple of years, and some things have, how can I put it? You know, some things have taken precedent over other things. And I also kind of feel that, you know, with time, things replace certain things. Now, nothing will ever replace Warhammer Quest, the original one, but I find that as I go back to certain things, and a lot of people have said a lot of things in the comments, which kind of sparks this conversation. So I'm hoping that somehow we can kind of formulate, and this isn't an indictment or to crucify any type of channel, company or anything like that, or game or anything like that. It's just sometimes things fall out of grace. And I wonder what people may feel is the most disappointing dungeon crawl, you know, in their experience. What have they played, and then after a while they go, wow, I'm really kind of disappointed in this. And what kind of sparked this was, I had picked something up to kind of fill some time, because I like small, simple things sometimes just to fit some things in. And I had gotten this Dungeon Hero game, and I didn't care for it much. That doesn't mean it's a bad game. That doesn't mean it's not good. Was I disappointed? It sounded great. Where, you know, you take something like Bag of Dungeons or Mini Rogue or something like that, and for me, those really hold up and are very, very, very good. I wonder, you know, what you guys feel are some of the most disappointing dungeon crawls out there that you've gotten, either in recent memory or you know, over a certain period of time. I know for a fact that, you know, I hear a lot about a game, I think it's over there somewhere. Yes, it is. It's right here, Swords of Sorcery. Now, this is a game that, you know, it was popular enough to make a second edition. And it had all kinds of Kickstarters and stuff like that. But the more people talk about it, the more they seem disappointed by it. And I just, you know, it beats me to some degree. I painted everything for it, and, you know, I think the miniatures are beautiful in many ways. Oh God, I didn't even realize I had some of this stuff in here. But, you know, just you know, a lot of fun to do and take care of, and I rebased a bunch of stuff and just had a lot of fun putting this together. But do I play it often? No, not at all. I think people really get mixed up with the different symbols and stuff like that, and Swords and Sorcery is a love, either you love it or you hate it kind of game. So I'm talking about those type of games. This isn't just a point at Swords and Sorcery. You know, I waited a long time for Dungeon Crusade to come out, and initially I liked it, but then all of a sudden, as the combat and you know, it tries to do too much, I became kind of disappointed in that. Some games I started off disappointed in. Dungeon Universalis, I was like, oh wow, boy, this is a lot. And then as I got into it, it became stronger in my repertoire. It really comes down to, do you get enough plays in there to really feel a game, to understand a game? Chronicles of Drungor, a game that I loved from the start, and it to this day, it keeps crawling up that list. You know, I have tons and tons of, you know, I wasn't a big Gloomhaven guy, but with the addition of Frosthaven, I find myself going back to it a bit. I fell into that thing where I started believing people's hype, saying, it's too much of a Euro game. It's not a true dungeon crawl. Oh, hold on there, folks. Hold on there. Uh, can it be repetitive a little bit? Sure, sure. But, what dungeon crawl isn't? It's the same story sometimes. You go into a dungeon, there's a main boss. You got to take him. You got to either get the jewel, the ring, or something back and bring it back and restore the kingdom. I'll fall for it every time. I'll fall for it every time. Uh, Warhammer Curse City. How disappointing was that? You know, and I'm throwing things out there, and I really want you guys to put out there what you feel is the most disappointing dungeon crawl, because I'm going to come back with a list as far as what is concerned, and I want to see if I miss anything, because my biggest problem is that I do everything from the top of my head. So when you guys start saying things or putting things in the comments, which I hope you do, or emailing me at novaprime860@hotmail.com if you want to keep it private. I want to hear what you guys have to say. Hero Quest, another game. Do people feel that it's out? Some people feel it's outdated. I think it's just fine. I think it fits in perfectly for everything that needs to be done. And to put this list together and then kind of formulate my own. Again, this isn't about trying to hurt a game or companies or anything like that. It's more to formulate and see how maybe our tastes change over time. As more things come out, do we go, oh wow, something that really outdates that, and wow, when I played it, I thought it was okay, and now I'm really disappointed in it. And again, it's to kind of look at things a little bit differently. Again, we're not trying to hurt anybody. It's just, I wonder if because a lot of people comment, because we do cover a lot of dungeon crawls on this channel. It is one of my favorite things, along with war games and probably every other board game known to man. But do we, it comes down to, have things come out and you wanted to believe the hype so much. And then when you go out and you spend that type of money, and then you sit there and you're playing it and you go, yeah, this is good. And deep inside, it's just mediocre at best. Nobody can hit a home run every time. Not every dungeon crawler can be a home run. Okay. And this isn't, again, I don't want to hurt anybody, but there are some things out there that make you scratch your head. And I'd like to see what you guys think are some of those things. Now, some of the things I mentioned here, were in the comments, how disappointed people were by these particular items. Swords of Sorcery, I still like. Is it complicated? Sure. Are there games that eat up a lot of time? Sure. But when you got the game and you played it and you wanted to love it so much, and you just go, boy, this just didn't do it for me. Not everybody can be a fan, folks. But I like to see if there's a pattern, if there's a certain game that sits out there in a dungeon crawl universe that people go, this just doesn't do it for me. So send your comments to, put your comments below. And let me know what you think, or email me at novaprime860@hotmail.com. What do you consider your most disappointing dungeon crawl of all time? You may have a couple of them. I would love to hear from all of you and see what you think. I just realized I had the Swords of Sorcery on the shelf, and I'm almost tempted to take another look at it. Why not, right? So let me know, especially since I found a whole bunch of different stuff in there. I don't know. Maybe breathe life back into it. I don't know. I've got a couple in my head, like I said, and I want to see if everybody feels the same way. And we'll talk about this in another video over this holiday season. So, if you can, novaprime860@hotmail.com, or you can get a hold of me, or you can leave something below in the comments. I really look forward to what you guys think is the most disappointing dungeon crawl in your opinion. There we go. Until next time, it's your old pal Ron. We'll see you soon.